But he's pushing the older guys that's been here, so it's really exciting to have, competition.
Are you already moving him to different spots in the line, or is he focused on?
Yeah, we move him around. We move him around a little bit because as big and talented as he is, you can move him around. There's a lot you can do with him, and so what we don't want to do is just limit him. Okay, so he can play the nose position. He can go play the boundary. Heck, we even have him on nickel, so he does because he's a really good pass rusher. So we're gonna move him around, man, and we're gonna let him be him.
How do you fight against maybe too much hype for a guy that young who hasn't played in the game? Is his personality the kind that can?
He's kind of quiet, but then he has this little sneaky demeanor about himself where he likes to crack jokes and stuff. What you have to do is just got to keep him humble. Even the room, those older guys deserve the opportunity, and so man, we're just out competing, and so nothing's in pen or stone. It's in pencil, and so the guys that go out every day and bust their butt and get out there are the guys, at the end of the day, that's going to get the reps.
Anybody else in that room who's particularly?
Oh, they're all. I tell you what, Khalil Saunders is playing really fast. Oxidon's doing really well. You talked about Justin and Josiah. Right now, man, we got about 7-8 guys that we had to play tomorrow. I feel really good about getting them in there and not missing a beat. And so, that's what you want as a defensive lineman. The more guys that you can rotate, the better, because the other guys can stay fresher. And you want to be able to just continue to go out and just dominate.
We heard that your group was really good in that scrimmage on Saturday in particular. What worked so well for them?
You know what? They played hard. They did some really good things. But you know what? At the end of the day, we're just competing against the O-line, and we're a little beat up on the O-line, and so it was good to see those guys go out and just compete and be excited about getting out there. For some of the guys like Oxidon, it's been a while. He hasn't done anything really since the LSU game, and so for him to get out there and fly around was great. And the guys just went out and competed, and that's what it's about. Every day, the offense and defensive line going out and competing every day is going to make this team a lot better.
Have you had a guy in the last week or so that's really kind of surged and put himself into the mix where maybe
in the mix? I think they're all in the mix. I think they're all in the mix. They're all doing some really good things. Khalil Saunders doing some really good things. He's straining and playing fast. Everybody's talking about Dion. Dion's doing a really good job for us. And then, Trayvon and Ox, and then Justin and Josiah. So as a group, the guys are playing really well. I think what's happening right now is the competitive part, right? Because everybody wants to be in that starting position. I think, the beginning of camp, it's not it's not up to me or Coach White, right? It's up to them who's going to start day one. And so the guys are just out there, they're competing hard and getting after it.
How have the physical changes in Ox, how has that affected his playing?
It hasn't. He's playing fast. He's playing really fast. When he gets on the edge pass rush wise, and he's a very strong kid, athletic, very twitchy. He's playing a lot like Josh Pascal. And that's, at the end of the day, you want to have a filled in guy like that that's very twitchy and explosive and physical. And so, it's not just him, but Trayvon's doing really well, and then Henry and Sam. So, man, we got a deep room, and so we're just very excited about where we are right now.
How would you say Octavius has handled the leadership role?
Oh man, big time. He's that guy when we was practicing early in the morning, 5:30, sending out texts, guys, you're up, that type of thing. And so, and that's what you got to have. You got to have leadership, because those older guys got to bring the younger guys along, right? So that when they leave, those young guys now are the guys that's going to show, the newcomers. And so, Coach Stewart talks about the leadership. We've had, really 5 really good sessions on leadership, and really spoke really tough to the defensive line. So really excited about the guys, and Khalil's doing some really good things, and Justin's doing the leadership role. And so the more leaders we have, I think the better we're going to be at the end of the day.